Hi, everybody. I want to create a address book here to show you guys how you guys can save a lot of time rather than entering everyone's new contact information either at your institution in a very short period of time. So what I've done is I've created a comma separated values document here. This is modeled after what I had previously used several years ago. I came up on my own and I've shared files. But what you can do is at your institution is that everybody's contact information that everybody needs to have. Instead of having everybody enter in, recreating the wheel, just creating a uniform document that you can upload into your address book. And this works whether you have an Android phone or an iPhone. So what I have here is this is a comma separated values form. And then I also have email addresses too as well. And so if you're at multiple different institutions, this is very simple. Many people have VA institutions, so I included this here. So what I did here is I created these columns, and this formula here is designed to read the first letter or last name if you have these institutions B2, C2 at institution.edu. And if I want to change this to say something like state.edu, I can do that, and then I can double click here, and it will change everything over there. So when you upload it, it will have everybody's contact information in your address book. So to begin doing this is how I did this is let's start with the Word document. So what I'm going to do is just, you can select all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control A. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go into the blank Excel form here and I'm going to paste it. If I paste it here, everything's going to be just in the first column. So the way that I did this is I'm going to paste it special. So to do that, I can do this. So I'm just going to paste it here. And all of this is in the first row, but what I want is first name, last name, and I want to separate these into three different columns. So how can I do this? I can take advantage of the intrinsic properties of this file when I copy the data. So what I'm going to do is select the column, go into the Data tab in Excel. Then I go to Text to Columns. So I click here. And then I'll be honest with you, I had to look this up before I did this. I always forget how to do this, but yeah, and there's probably in a short period of time, AI is probably going to be able to do all this for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to select delimited, and then I'm going to go to next, and then you can see how your text is affected. So the space. So what I have here is everything's in A1, A2, and A3. There's nothing in B1 or C1. But what I'm going to do is this first row is going to have first name, last name, and a phone number in three different columns, as you can see here. So I'm going to go by space. I go to next. I'm just going to skip this, or well, destination. We'll just try this, see what happens. Okay. So now A1, B1, C1. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select A1, and this is all the first names of everybody that I have in my institution. Now I'm going to go to my address book, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it into here for a given name. And what I'll do is actually this. So I want my header. My header is going to be the first row. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to paste into here. And I can't paste in the same size. Okay. Control V. Nope. So I just want to copy. I just want to copy this. So I'll just copy it. And then I will, if that doesn't work, what I can do simply is I'll just create a new row. Um, so insert row above. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror this. So give a name. So family name. So I can just actually make sure that everything is matched up. And there's multiple different ways that you can do this. I mean, it's probably merge, but it's I give you guys the flavor of how I do this or how it can be done. is the important thing. And if you have multiple phone numbers, that's going to be something you would have to change anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this row, I copy it, and now I'm going to match this with given name. So I'm going to, and I want you to pay attention to the right side here. So the right side here, you're going to see something change because it's going to pull in the data from this row. So I do that. It's first name, and it has this. Okay. Now, the formula here is that if your first name, if I do this at institution two, let's just say that your institution two is your first name and last name. Instead of first name dot last name, you just have the first initial. I'm going to show this formula is a little different, and it's a condition that's called concatenate. But the bottom line of the formula is that you can see in the formula how this is set up so that if the institution is not first name dot last name at institution.org, whatever it is, it's just first initial and then last name. This will pull that in too as well. So then I select column two, paste it. So first name, last name at whatever institution, there you go. And if you need to change it, you just change it here. So let's just say state.edu. I want to make it institution. Um, there you go. And then phone number. So then I go here in column three, and then just make sure it's matched up. Now, if you have multiple phone numbers, you might want to be careful about that. So I think what I'm going to do here, just to make it easy, I'm just going to select these three, paste into here. There you go. Make sure that it matches up. So then you have the name and everything else. So let's just, for the other demonstration here, I'm going to copy this, and you're going to see it in institution two. The formulas are different. This is bringing in everything in B2, dot everything in C2 at institution.edu. But if your institution is your first initial and last name at institution, it's going to appear a little different. So I'm just going to copy and paste into here, and you can see here it's first initial last name at institution2.org, and then you can just change the stuff within within Excel. But it's designed to the left is the leftmost letter, and it's in B11. So first name, so that's F, and it's just the first letter. You just bring in one, and then C11 is just last name, so it's just everything last name, and then the ampersand, the in quotations at institution2.org, and you could just change that to whatever you want. So there you go. That's basically how you can create an address book. Last thing that you might need to do is that these are formulas. So what I've done here is actually I saved this with formulas to remind myself, because I did this a few years ago and I don't remember how to do it anymore. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that all the data here, you don't want these formulas in there. You just want the data. So what I do here is that you can select all here, click on here. I'm going to copy, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste values. So when I paste the values, I want you to pay attention here, that you can see all this stuff in the formulas. It's going to replace it with just the data. Okay, it's not going to have this concatenate. You're not going to see that anymore. And that's going to be what you need. So you want to copy, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to paste values. And what you're going to see in email value is you don't have any of those formulas anymore. There you go. And that's basically how you make an address book. And then you just upload it. There's depending on your phone, you can just upload it to your address book. Make sure that you have your existing context. You're not wiping everything out in your address books, but that's how you can create a batch process where you can for your institution. Thank you.